Alright, what is up, guys? I know that not everyone is here, but that's okay. This should be quick enough for anyone that wants to watch it later to be able to watch it. Just kind of want to start out and talk about how I'm feeling about the channel and where we are at. We've had some really awesome successes. The Grandia review that I put out is almost at 4,000 views, which is absolutely insane, and they're all 100% organic views just from YouTube search. When the Grandia HD collection got announced for the Nintendo Switch, holy crap, that video took off. Chrono Trigger review, that video is almost to 2,000 views. Totally organic once again. I don't really know what caused it to blow up like it did. Definitely grateful that happened. I know that the Chrono Trigger video and the Grandia video both are ranking in I think the top 5 in YouTube search. Yeah, if you take your mobile device and you switch to incognito mode and you search for those videos, you will see that they are ranked in the top. I believe they're both the top 5 in search results. If you try to search it without going into incognito mode, you're not going to see that. Your search results are going to be skewed because you're subscribed to me. So just kind of a cool note. The Chrono Cross review seems like it's kind of a little stagnant, but it's really kind of too early to tell because I know my... Hello? I'll be out in a minute. Bye. Oh, that was the girlfriend. That's funny. Yeah, the Chrono Cross video seems stagnant, but it's kind of too early to tell. Because I don't think that my Grandia video or my Chrono Trigger video, I think they probably hit 200 views and then just kind of went dormant for a while. So we'll see what happens with that. We're at 479 subscribers, which is cool. I got probably around 12, 13, 14, 15 maybe. Over the last couple weeks. I don't know why. They just I think they're coming from my Chrono Trigger review. So, yeah, overall I feel pretty hopeful for the channel. If I can get 2 reviews up there with a few thousand views, that tells me that if I keep going, that there's a lot of potential for what we're all kind of building here. Yeah, the SaGa Frontier stream is also going really good. The SaGa Frontier Reddit, super welcoming, really cool people in there. So, Frog Leg Stew's Tube. What's up, Joshua? Yeah, what's up, everybody? What's up, Jamie, B-Dog, Wildfire, Pocket Fox, Michael? Got some people in here. And just in case you guys didn't catch it at the beginning, I'm not really streaming tonight. There's not going to be any gameplay. Just kind of wanted to talk about the channel, what's going on, where we're at. I've actually wanted to do something like this in the past. You know, like, I don't know, every other month or something, do like a quick little state of the channel address. Thought that'd be cool. Darth Penn, what's up, man? How are you? Alright, so that kind of brings us to some other stuff. Those of you guys that are in the Discord already know this, but those of you guys that aren't in the Discord or haven't noticed, so like 6 months ago, no, longer than that, probably like early 2019, I started applying for a job with Cisco, the food distributor, to be an outside sales rep. It's a really cool job. It's really enjoyable. You just kind of cruise around and, you know, you visit restaurants and talk to the owners and try to convince them to start purchasing their products from Cisco. It pays really, really good. The benefits are really, really good. It's a really cushy job. Like, I never even really feel like I deserved that job. And the only reason I say that is because it's that much of a badass job. So, yeah, early 2019 I started applying for that job. And I think in total I applied maybe like 12 times for 12 different positions, like kind of mostly scattered around between like, you know, Arkansas, Missouri, Wisconsin, Michigan. I just kept getting shot down over and over again. And, you know, I didn't think too much of it. Like, I didn't hurt my feelings. You know, they want you to have experience. A lot of these food distributor companies want you to have like a degree in business, which is a little overboard. But so eventually I got an interview for a town, for a job with Cisco in a town called Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Spoiler alert, in case you didn't know, Whitney, Wisconsin is from Eau Claire. I didn't know that. If you don't know who Whitney, Wisconsin is, just do a quick little YouTube search. Anyway, so I drove all the way from Arkansas to Eau Claire, Wisconsin for a job interview. They knew I was driving all that way, and, you know, like, they seemed pretty impressed by it. I felt really good about it. I'm like, you know, surely if I drive 12 fucking hours for a job interview, I'll get the job, right? Well, so I went up there to the interview. It seemed really good. The lady I interviewed with said that she would pass me on to the next interview step, which is with like the regional sales manager. The person I interviewed with, her position was district sales manager. So like in these companies, the hierarchy essentially goes district sales manager, regional sales manager, vice president of sales, and then the president of the operating company. No, it's not. Whitney, Wisconsin is not my ex. Oh my God. Anyway, so it went really good. I drove back home. It was a very exhausting 2 days, to say the least. And about a week or two went by and I hadn't heard anything, so I kept, you know, I started reaching out to people, you know, to figure out what the hell's going on. The time that the job was supposed to start was getting closer and closer, and it was like, if I don't hear something, I'm not going to be able to take the job, even if you tell me it's all good, it's yours, because I ain't going to have enough time to uproot everything and move. So I finally got through to some people, and the lady I interviewed with was no longer with the company, so I had to repeat that first interview, which is fucking bullshit, but whatever. So I did it, and within like a couple hours after the interview, I got an email saying that they went with somebody else, right? Which, you know, I get it. Like, if someone else was more qualified, you know, that's fine. Even though, like, it sounded like I had it the first time when I interviewed the first time, the time when I drove 12 hours. So I was pretty disappointed, a little bit disheartened by that. But that's cool, you know, I mean, just shit happens. I had a job, I was okay, I was living comfortably, whatever. So a couple months go by. I'm still applying with Cisco, still getting shot down. Eventually, I applied for a sales job with Cisco up in Houghton, Michigan. And it was really cool. Like, I mean, I fucking nailed the interview. I interviewed with the regional sales manager. I nailed that one. I interviewed with the vice president of sales, and I nailed that one. And, like, these people are, like, wearing business suits and ties. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of job, it's the kind of job I'm applying for. So lo and behold, I got the job, right? Fucking awesome. Like, I'm gonna go from managing a kitchen at a nursing home that is severely understaffed and underfunded, and I'm, like, having to work myself to the bone, and fucking the constant stress of being in management and worrying about if people are gonna show up to work. All that's over. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get this awesome job. So everything goes good, and me and the girlfriend, we move all the way from Arkansas to literally the northernmost point in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And, you know, it's like, damn, you know, it's my lucky break. And, you know, I'm not gonna have to fucking worry about anything anymore. I'm gonna have extra money. I'll be able to buy a gaming computer. Fucking, you know, I can buy my mom a house one day. I mean, these jobs pay very, very good. Like, once you've been doing it for 5 or 6 years and you've built up this really, you know, large customer base, like, you can make 6 figures doing this. And it's like a legit, it's not like you're selling Avon, you know? I mean, you're supplying, like, businesses with product. So yeah, we move up, everything goes good. You know, I go through the training, I'm flying to Louisville and back, making it happen. You know, I start hitting the streets, I start knocking on doors and prospecting. You know, I developed that relationship with my supervisor, which is important to me because, like, you know, I'm some small town fucking hillbilly from Arkansas, and my supervisor's, like, wearing a business suit, you know what I mean? That's kind of scary. And, yeah, I mean, like, you know, in the beginning of the job, you know, like, I constantly, like, had this feeling like I wasn't good enough, you know, because of, like I said, I'm just, like, some small-town hillbilly kid from Arkansas, and, you know, it's just, you know, they're fucking talking about eating caviar and shit. I don't even know, you know, I don't know how to explain it. I mean, I'm sure you guys understand what I'm talking about. You know, I didn't grow up with a lot, you know, like, I had a pretty tough childhood, and it's like, you kind of, that's something that you kind of carry with you a little bit, you know, into adulthood, and kind of just, you know, you kind of always got, like, the, you know, you kind of, you know, I don't know how to explain it. You're just, like, always kind of questioning your self-worth and confidence, I guess. But I moved past all of that, you know, and I'm fucking making it happen. Well, yeah. So the coronavirus is fucking destroying the state of Michigan right now. And because of the coronavirus, you know, of course the state, they locked everything down, and they shut down all the restaurants. And, just fucking completely out of nowhere, without any warning at all, I got laid off from Cisco. So I'm unemployed, which sucks. And, you know, maybe I'm just making a big deal about it. I don't know. Like, I know I don't talk a whole lot about, like, my personal life really on the channel, but I'm a fucking hard worker, man. I've been working since I was 15 years old, and I have a lot of pride in my work history. So, like, I worked at, like, one of the best, you know, I started working when I was 15 at, like, one of my part of Arkansas's, like, most esteemed restaurants. And I did that for, like, a couple years as a kid, working, like, 40 hours a week in the summer. And then I spent 10 years working at this nursing home that I was at. Started out as the dishwasher, and I, you know, fucking worked my way up the ranks all the way until I was literally running the whole fucking department, you know. You know, I feel very strongly about the American dream concept, You know, I feel very strongly about, like, if you work hard in this life, like, you can achieve anything. And, you know, if you keep your nose to the grindstone, opportunities will come your way. You know, if you put up with a shitty job now, a better one will come along when the time is right. And I felt like, you know, that was what had come my way with Cisco. And, yeah, so, I don't know. You know, like, it's hard to really explain how I feel, because it's like, part of me is like, I get it. You know, of course Cisco isn't going to keep me around if there's no fucking businesses for me to sell product to, right? You know, so it's like, I got to keep telling myself that, man, because if I you know, if I allow myself to get angry, like, I know I could fucking push it enough to where, like, my story could get viral or go viral or some shit on Twitter, because these motherfuckers, like, 5 months ago are like, yeah, like, move all the way up here, the job's yours. And then 5 months later, they fucking let me go. And like, bro, I fucking sacrificed my whole life for this job. I left my band, I left behind fucking friends. I mean, I left behind a job that I was, like, fucking secure in, and, like, I could like tell my boss to fuck off and I would still have my job. That's how secure I was in my last job. And now I'm 3,000 miles away from that, unemployed. Like, and it's not like they fired their whole entire sales team, right? There was like 3 of us that got let go in my district at Cisco. And I'm sure that there's going to be a second wave, but, you know, it's just like, how can you fucking do that to somebody, you know? Like, for all these, I mean, thank God I have family around here, right? I've got family in, like, the southern part of Michigan, and I've got some family over in, like, the Duluth, Minnesota area, but they don't fucking know that. So, for all they know, they just fucking ruined somebody's life, man. And, I don't know, it makes me really angry, but I try not to think about it, you know? I don't know. It really sucks, though, because I really fucking enjoyed that job, and it paid really good, and it was like the most money I've ever made in my life, and, you know, it was supposed to be, you know, my big break, and, like, I promised my girlfriend, like, the world, man, and I feel like shit, because, you know, she moved all the way up here, she trusted me, and she moved all the way up here with me, you know, at a shot at a better life, and instead it's like, oh, fuck, what are we gonna do? But, you know, I don't know, and it sucks, too, because, like, I've never lost a job before. That was the first time I was ever let go in my life, and I'm fucking 29. Like, I was, like, fucking crying on the phone with my boss as he's firing me like I'm a big old puss. You know, and it probably freaked him the fuck out, but it's like, I don't know, man, I've never been let go like that. You know, I've always fucking kept my nose to the grindstone and made sure, like, to do whatever it fucking takes to keep a job, you know? Like, I feel like that's fucking important. It's part of being an adult, you know? So it's like, to get fired it fucking destroyed my fucking brain, man. But anyway, I don't know, and it sucks too, because, like, there was a lot of friends and a lot of family that, like, I have not been talking to since I moved up here, like, in November. Like, not like I've avoided people, but I haven't, like, called anyone up, like, hey, we're doing good, you know, hey, new job's fucking awesome. Hey, we're all fucking set, you know, we're all good to go up here. Move went good. I haven't made any of those phone calls because, like, when you get like a job like this, there's, like, you know, you do, like, your formal training, and then you do, like, training in the field, and then, like, after so long, they put you into quote-unquote route, which is, like, they give you business, like, assign you some active customers to do business with, and I hadn't made it to that before I got let go, and I was waiting to go into quote-unquote route before I, like, made the phone calls to, like, old colleagues back in Arkansas, and, call up family, hey, new job's doing good. I haven't made any of those phone calls. And now how do I make them, Like, I can't really call up my old boss and be like, hey, I got canned. How's it going? I don't know. It's embarrassing. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm shocked, I guess, still, that I got fucking fired from a job. I don't know. I probably sound like a fucking spoiled little bitch talking about all that, but I don't know. First time for everything, right? I mean, I just assumed at the rate I was going, I'd never get fired from a job. Anyway, so enough about that. Here's the good news. Well, there's good and bad news. The good news is because of the fact that our country is so ass backwards, I'm going to be making more money on unemployment than I was while I was working, which is crazy. So, I mean, that definitely has my stress levels down to a manageable level. Granted, in the state of Michigan, there's so many people trying to claim unemployment that it's a clusterfuck trying to get through on the phone. And I'm going to get to some of these comments here in a minute. I'm just kind of rambling. So yeah, unemployment is looking pretty good. I should be able to actually save up a significant amount of money on top of paying the bills. So I'm not at risk for losing the house that I signed a lease for. I'm not at risk of really anything financially. I can really only benefit financially from losing my job, as crazy as that sounds. Granted, I definitely, of course I need to be looking for jobs and everything and not be just like sitting around and enjoying myself. Yeah, Bossum. Yeah, you can file online, which I did that, but I have some questions because I've never had to do it before, That's like a whole other thing, man, is like, I've always looked at unemployment as like kind of having like a stigma, I don't know. I guess not, though. That's probably just me being fucked up, thinking like that. So the bad news is, well, it's good and, well, back to the good news. So the good news is with unemployment, I'll be financially doing fucking better than I was working. And, yeah, so I'm going to have a shitload more time for YouTube-related activities, which is kind of cool. So streams are going to continue here probably in a couple days. I'll get back at it. And yeah, I've got a couple cool video ideas that I should have plenty of time to put together on top of streaming. So expect some new stuff coming out. Kind of the downside to this, though, is like, so here's generally my plan going forward. I've got 4 months to wait on either Cisco to hire me back or try to find a job with another food distributor. I'm open to both. I probably shouldn't be open to going back to work for Cisco, but like I said, I'm trying to stay positive and not fucking allow myself to be angry at Cisco, even though I fucking definitely deserve to be. So as those 4 months kind of start to wrap up, if I don't see anything happening with me getting this job back or a job like this with a similar company, no, Wildfire, there's no way to know. My termination letter didn't specify like a return to work date or anything like that, so my direct supervisor, I did develop kind of a bond with him over the 5 months I did work for Cisco, and he said that, if once the markets kind of start bouncing back and they go to make some hire, that I'd be the first guy he called. But, he also said it could potentially be a couple years before Cisco's in a position to, start rocking and rolling again. But we'll see. So anyway, as those 4 months kind of wind down, if I don't see any movement happening with either going back to Cisco or getting on with like another distributor, my plan is to move out to Duluth, Minnesota, which is a really fucking cool place to live, man. It's a very huge area. It's like 250,000 people. It's 100,000 in the Duluth/Superior, Wisconsin, like metropolitan area, which they're just like a river apart. They're almost connected. It's weird. Yeah, I mean, it's a really nice place. It's a really, really nice place to live. From everything I've read and seen online, and me and the girlfriend actually just went out there earlier this week and seen my aunt who lives out there. So my aunt owns 3 restaurants in the town, and my plan would be to take over one of them for her and manage it, which, you know, I'm grateful to have that opportunity. I'm grateful to have like a job on backup and kind of a plan B type thing. I really wish that, you know, I mean, I don't want to sound ungrateful, because it is really cool to have that on. I mean, who else can like have a backup as running a whole fucking business? But management sucks, man, and the whole point of all of this, the whole point of this big giant move, the whole point of trying to get a job with Cisco, the whole point of sacrificing everything I've fucking known for like the last 20 years of my life was to get out of management. And I'll be going back into management. Now, granted, running a kitchen at a nursing home is a lot different than running a restaurant. For one, you can fucking fire people a lot easier and replace them a lot faster. You know, not that I would do that fucking without reason as a manager, but, you know, and I'm sure that my aunt would pay me, fairly close to what I was making at Cisco, which is cool because the cost of living up in the north is a little bit higher, mostly rent. Rent is a lot higher in the north than it is back down south. You know, like you could rent a fairly decent house for like probably $700 a month in Arkansas, and up in the north it's gonna, I mean, it's like an easy $1,200. But yeah, what sucks is I don't know what the expectation is of my aunt, like as far as how many days a week I'm gonna have to work and how many hours a day. You know, I know that when you run a restaurant, it's like 12-hour days, 6 days a week, you know, which, I mean, you got to do what you got to do to survive, but I know that if that is the expectation, I'm not really going to have much option but to just deal with it, which could vastly affect the amount of time that I have to put into YouTube. So you guys just kind of cross your fingers and pray to God that I won't have to work 12-hour days, 6 days a week if I move out there and take her up on the offer. I really hope that's not going to be the case, which kind of brings me back to, you know, how I kind of started out this whole discussion is, you know, how I feel about the channel. You know, it's that would really suck, man. You know, because I've met a lot of cool people doing this YouTube thing, and I've learned a lot of fucking skills that can legitimately be put onto a resume. You know, and of course I've made a lot of friends. You know, you guys are my pretty much my social life is doing this and talking to you guys. Which you know, I'm not ashamed to say that my social life consists of internet friends that I've met through YouTube, because I mean, I know damn well that everyone else out there that's my age is fucking the same way, man. You know, when you're in your late 20s, in times like, you know, I don't know. I mean, if you're 29 and you're still like going out partying down on a Friday night, like you probably don't have a lot going on, you know. You know, and of course my social life also has been pretty much non-existent because I'm focused on career, you know, having a career, man, and working. So, I don't know. Basically, my point is it would suck to, you know, only be able to stream one night a week to fucking see you guys and hang out with you guys and talk to you guys. And I mean that. You know, you guys are, I'm really thankful to have y'all. Y'all are some cool peoples. But you know, it's really too soon to say that it would be like that, you know? I mean, surely to God she can't expect me to work 6 days a week. Every fucking week, you know, 12-hour days. I mean, she can't afford to pay me to do that. Surely. You know? Anyway. And like, you know, and like I said, you know, it kind of brings me back to the beginning of this stream, and why I'm so concerned is because I do feel like I have a pretty legitimate shot at making something out of this channel, you know? I mean, you know, as small as my channel is, and I have 2 videos floating out there with like over 2,000 views, one almost at 4, you know, that's something to be proud of. But anyway, just kind of, I'm gonna catch up on the chat here. Yeah, okay, yeah. So Wildfire, it is a big deal. You bent over backwards for this job. You're fucking damn right I did, dude. I mean, I bent over backwards to the point where like I started to like climb into my own asshole. But what can you do? You know? Let's see. Steppingstone is something better. Yeah, I hope you're right. I mean, you know, if I do go take over that restaurant for my aunt, and I'm in the Duluth area, and then I'm able to get another sales job with a distributor company, way more earning potential over there, because it's a bigger place. Where I live right now is like rural northern Michigan, so yeah, and yeah, Wildfire, it's easy to get pissed about that situation. You're taking it better than I would have. Dude, last Friday, I was a fucking mess, man. I was a mess for probably about 2 or 3 days. I still am kind of a mess. Like, it's really weird. I have all this free time to not have to do anything, and it's like, I don't think about the fact that I am unemployed, and then, like, all of a sudden I just get hit with some anxiety, and I'm like, oh my god. This bullshit virus is a done deal. Knock their door down to get your job back. Yeah, Jamie, I will. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I fucking just completely, I burnt the door down just getting it the first time. We'll see what happens, though. I think it's just going to be like a waiting game, you know? I mean, at the end of the day, like, I just tell myself, like, I have like 6 months experience at the job with the the biggest company in the world that does that. So that, and no one can take that away. So that'll help me get into the door at other companies. It is the time to get angry, but not at them. Get angry at the situation. Grab your bootstraps and pull them up and keep moving on. It's part of life we'll all go through. You're absolutely right, dude, and that is the exact mentality I'm trying to have. And yeah, I mean, I 100% agree, and that's my plan. See what else we got here. Okay, so something like this happened to you in 2008, but I was at the company for 2.5 years. I feel the same way you do. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say if I'd be more mad if I was there for 2.5 years, or just the 5 or 6 months that I have been there. I think what just makes my situation so fucked up is I moved all the way here for it, you know. Big business is the devil. Man, dude. Wildfire. Yeah, I've heard that so much. I've heard so much negative shit about, like, you know, big giant companies. And it's like, I don't know. I've always just kind of scoffed that off, you know, and just kind of laughed at that notion. But I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel that way now for sure, but you know, it's weird. I mean, the company is so fucking big that it's like I mean, like 98% of the corporation didn't even know I existed. So it's like, I don't know what should I have expected, you know? Let's see. Don't let the restaurant go to crap. You don't want to see me on Gordon Ramsay. Oh, bro, if I had to deal, if Gordon Ramsay came to my restaurant, dude, I would just like, I think like my brain would just get overloaded and I would just laugh. I would laugh as he is screaming at me, and then he'd probably scream at me even more. Yeah, wildfire. Karma. I need good karma. Send it my way. How's your girlfriend doing with all of this? Mr. P, what's up, Mr. P? She was pretty scared at first, you know, like, she was at work, and I called her and I left her a voicemail. I should have just probably waited to tell her when she got home from work, because I'm sure she was a mess for the rest of the day. You know, she was crying. She was, you know, scared, and I'm sure she was kind of heartbroken, because like eventually the plan was, you know, once I start earning some good commissions, for her to not have to work anymore and us have a kid, you know, maybe even get married. So it's like, you know, it kind of screwed me over, kind of, you know, took away all my hopes and dreams, and it did kind of hurt too, just as much, really. But you know, what I'm happy about is she is actually like super excited about moving to Duluth. Probably more than I am, to be honest. So that's good. You know, I'm glad that she's looking forward to potentially moving out there, you know. I just don't know. The job might kill me, but just a speed bump. Yeah, hell yeah. It was a big speed bump. Fucking blew out the back tires on my vehicle. But anyway, oh, Rebecca, why are you in the stream? How long have you been here? You guys, that Rebecca armbrust person, that's Mrs. Stu. She posted the sheltering emoji. Sing Living on a Prayer. Yeah, I think you're right, Mr. P. Yeah, you know, yeah, it'd be cool, man. I mean, Duluth is a really nice place. That's for sure. That job, man. Oh my god. It'll probably fuck. You know what, man? Have you guys ever seen that movie, Waiting? You know, like the manager guy? I've just had, like, ever since I watched that movie, I've had, like, this irrational fear of becoming that guy. And it's like, oh my god, man, I'm fucking getting closer and closer by the day. But, you know, I mean, it's not like I would have to spend the rest of my life in that restaurant. I mean, like I said, it's a huge fucking area, and I'm sure that I could land another sales gig in that area. I think they had like 12 Cisco reps based out of Duluth, which is a lot. So the whole time, where are you getting these emojis, Rebecca? They're so weird looking. I've never seen any emojis like that. It's so weird that you're in my stream. I can't, when I say your name, it makes me cringe because I'm just used to calling you by pet names that I can't repeat in the stream. Oh my god. Anyway, just a quick recap. The channel's kicking some major fucking ass. We've got 2 videos that are fucking right there on the front page of YouTube. If you want to check that out, just do an incognito mode search on your YouTube mobile app, and you'll see old StuTube right at the tippy top. You didn't have to. I'm wrapping it up right now. Anyway, yeah, recap. Channel's kicking ass. We got 2 videos that are on the tip-top front page of the search results. Cisco sucks ass. Lost my job. Job that I sacrificed everything to go get. But fuck it. We're going to be fine because welcome to America, the land of shit that makes no sense, and my unemployment is going to pay me a lot more than what my job was. So, that's fucking cool. Gonna give it 4 months, try to get back on track with Cisco or potentially another food distributor company, and If that does not work by July, I'm going to head out to Duluth, Minnesota, and run a restaurant and become the manager from the movie Waiting. And while I'll be doing that, I'll be unironically waiting for another job with another food distributor. Anyway, and then, next 4 months, I'm going to have a lot more time to spend on YouTube. Going to stream probably a little bit longer each night than I normally would. Spend parts of the days working on a couple video ideas that I have. And I might potentially start doing 2 streams a day. I've always streamed kind of towards like the end of the night, like kind of the prime time slot. I might do some other kind of Let's Play earlier on in the day, too. Who knows? We'll see. I'll keep you guys posted on that. So yeah, that is a wrap. I appreciate everyone coming and listening to me ramble like a crazy person. It's been a pretty wild couple of weeks, but, I've managed to pick my brain back up off the floor and stuff it inside of my skull again. And I've got some relatively concrete plans moving forward, as far as money and work and rent and all that shit, real life stuff goes. And along with that, a lot more time to invest into the channel. So, you guys all take care, and I appreciate you guys all a lot for watching me every single night. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. One of a kind people. You guys all stay safe out there, and you'll be seeing me pretty shortly. I'll probably start streaming again, probably tomorrow night or the next night, something like that. It'll be soon. I'll keep you guys posted in Discord. Appreciate all the support and love and all that jazz, you guys. Darth Penn, it was good to see you again. Keep your head up. Take care. You do the same, my friend. Stay frosty, Stu. You're the man. You are the man, Jamie, even though I thought you were a woman for like the first year and a half of you watching the channel. All right, you guys take care, stay froggy, and I'll see you shortly.